maybe.
Hello.
Yes, but I've known her since.
Hi.
Yeah, you have. Really have.
Jeez.
Hi, my name is London.
Oh my God, London's in the house. Okay, when do I start? Should we just start? Oh, we can start now. No, it's on. I can hear
Am I
myself.
on?
Okay.
Mic check. Mic
So
check.
start? Okay, great. Hi, everyone. How's everyone doing? Good, good. Okay. My name is Julie Wilson. I'm so happy to be here. My day job is I'm the beauty editor at large at Cosmopolitan magazine. But I also like to do things like this and, connect with people that I've known and love in this industry. I am a beauty editor through and through, and you can't be a great beauty editor without knowing Dr. Barbara Sturm. And I've known this lady for, over a decade for sure. So, so when she launched, I think we first met when you launched your deeper skin tone collection with Angela Bassett at the time. And that was really exciting. Being a woman of color in the space, I really wanted us to be seen, our skin tones to be seen. And it was lovely to meet Barbara and know that she was really thinking about this. She was in the lab making sure that we were being taken care of. And then we just blossomed into an amazing friendship and relationship. This woman has taken my blood at like a bar, several bars in New York City. Like, that's how much I trust her. Like, where we're sitting at a bar and she takes out her little kit and literally takes my blood. Like, that's what it is. So I'm so excited to be here. I'm also joined by her lovely daughter, Charly, who I've also seen grow up. And then we have some stars here too. Cy Da Silva. You guys know Cy, right?
Hello, good morning, everyone.
A creator. She's on television. We love to see it. Kind of an OG creator that has then created such an empire and a brand behind your aesthetic, your views. Just love seeing you
I love this. Keep it going.
No, I've just again, I'm an OG, so I've seen these ladies kind of come up through the ranks and create such magical brands and conversations around what they do. And then we have London, who's again, I've known this one since she was a baby, and this is her first panel, y'all.
Bravo.
Hey.
I'm excited.
Can we get more
She's excited. I love it. So really excited to have you guys here. We are going to be talking about what the world is buzzing about. All of this tween skincare. What does it mean? What do you need? Debunking the myths. What is going on? What is hype? What is helpful? Let's talk about it all. So we're just going to jump right in because you guys are experts. We have a tween here. Even though I know we all look like tweens, there's only one tween on
She's
the
actually,
stage.
when does it? She's actually a teen now.
Oh, she a teen now?
Yeah.
Oh, you're 13, right? When was your birthday?
September 6th.
September. Okay, so oh my God, you're gonna be 14
What's
in
the
September?
definition? Teen, tween?
Tween. So tween is what? Probably 11, 12.
I think it starts
Is it 10?
9, 10, 11.
Is it 9, 10?
It's starting. You don't think it starts at 9?
That sounds really young.
Sorry, 10, 11, 12.
No, but it's the time before your teenage
Right.
years.
It's the time before your teenage years, but then I feel 13 is kind of tween. Do you feel like a teenager yet? Is it do you feel
I don't
grown?
feel like there's really any difference between everything because I just feel like a child. I just feel like a person. I don't.
Do you really?
We love that.
Do you really?
Well, I don't have to work with all the bills and everything. I just get to live my life.
She's I don't pay bills. I just live my life as a child, and I love it. Okay.
Just quickly say,
Yeah.
I'm so happy to hear this because I feel like we're this generation grows up so much quicker and everyone is so much more when I see my little 10-year-old sister, I'm you're so much more, you're doing things that at your age I was playing with Barbies. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's it's
Same.
very happy to hear you. I'm very happy to hear you say that you feel like a child. I think that's a beautiful thing to acknowledge at this point.
It's true because I have a 10-year-old. I have a 10-year-old and a 4-year-old, and my 10-year-old definitely knows what hyaluronic acid is. Which is wild because I had no idea of any active ingredient in a skincare when I was 10 years old. So very sophisticated. But let's talk about this moment now, right? I'm gonna throw this one to you first, Barbara, because I think we're in this very, I mean, everyone's been seeing this whole like Sephora effect, all these young folks kind of like, you know, going into these stores and buying things that maybe they don't need. So like, what are you seeing when it comes to like the industry? Are you seeing like, we got a totally level set? Or are you seeing some things that like actually feel like, okay, yeah, like maybe they're discovering sunscreens and they weren't before, you know, like what are you seeing?
So my whole skincare line comes from inspiration from my family, from my patients, from everybody around me. The skincare line gets inspired. And when I had Pepper, my little one, I created a baby line because I wanted her to have the best ingredients on her skin. And now, maybe since 2-3 years, I see her and her friends being super hyped up about the Sephora and knowing about every brand, wanting to have like a whole skincare closet with the things I don't agree with, and fragrances and lip balms and like, I mean, like the selection of her, you know, skincare cabinet, it's insane. And you know what, as a mother, you cannot say, oh, you can have this, you can't have this, you only can use Sturm. Then they become annoyed, you know? She only uses Sturm, so it's all for her, you know, for the looks of it. And then, you know, the Sol de Janeiro maybe goes on the legs, and then she has like a road lip balm or like a Summer Fridays, and I'm not even agreeing with that because they eat it, you know, they ingest it. It's even worse. But and then she has a whole collection for her hair on hair products, and you know, it's mind blowing how the kids know about everything, and it's mind blowing that they get sold everything, and it's mind blowing that they're messing up their skin barrier in a very young age with the attraction of marketing, being like in that world of social media, YouTube, TikTok. They know because of that, otherwise they wouldn't know. I was like, at one point I was like, why does she know? Why is she talking about Drunk Elephant? So weird. And then they're secretly trading products, and I mean, she's my daughter. Nothing touches her skin. You know,
I was about to say, are you like grabbing these things from her and being like, you can't, like, it's cute that you got it, but like you're not putting this on your face?
I tell you what I do, because I think that is the point of the session, and that was very important to me because it freaks me out what's happening in the world with the teenage tween skin, also with the teenage skin. But what I do is I explain her ingredients. I explain her what happens if she puts certain ingredients on her skin. We're checking ingredients together, and then I tell her what happens, and then if she still is tempted to use something, I let her. But she cannot put anything on her face. She had to promise. Face, she has a 10-step Sturm routine, starting with the hyaluronic face mist. She loves the calming serum.
10 steps?
The night
More
serum,
steps than I do.
10 steps for the 10-year-old.
She also has
Oh.
she has the roller,
Fancy.
she has the cooling sticks. I mean, that girl has it all down to the, you know, you guys all have like.
I mean, their
you're walking
faces
around.
are, I mean, your skin at this age is like everything. You want to preserve that.
No, but the problems with Storm, I'm fine. She has beautiful skin, but you know, if you go into a different, you know, direction, the beautiful skin all of a sudden becomes spotty, or they get eczema, they get perioral dermatitis, or they get anything, and then they freak out, and then they go even stronger, and that is the vicious cycle we are fearing, and this is where I want to put a stop to it. And again, what I want to do with all of our children is education. I want to bring a program out where us mothers, we get educated so we know what to say to our children, because it's one point, you know, we cannot say don't do this, don't do that. They go just the opposite way, so we have to be smart about it. But then we also have to know these ingredients. We have to know what we're talking about. And then we have to reason with them, explain it, and then they might believe us.
Well, I wanted to ask Charly too, because you're the vice president of brand development, product development at Sturm, around what are the ingredients that we should be, you know, are on the no-no list, right? I mean, I grew up, and I'm sure you guys did too, like, I put St. Ives apricot scrub. My skin barrier didn't have a chance. I was scrubbing off my skin barrier every day. Then Noxzema, Bonnie Bell, like
Noxzema. Oh,
I mean, I thought that tingle was doing something, but doing something good.
Yeah.
But maybe it was doing something bad. So like, what are the things that we're supposed to look for and be like, absolutely not. Do not put this on your face if you are of a certain age.
I mean, listen, this is how I really started getting into skincare, because I was a little bit stubborn to begin with. When my mom started this brand and built, her skincare line out, I was very much like, I need to use these pharmacy products. I need stuff on my face that tingles, that really causes a sensation, where I see visible things happening instantly. I, had my little breakouts. I was like, I need that stuff. I can't use yours. Like, yours is anti-aging. It's not going to work for me. Like, I had this whole idea in my head.
Or like too soft for you or something. Like, I remember her saying like, my stuff's so good, my kids could eat it. And I was like, what? I was like, oh wow. She was like, I could scoop it and put it in their mouths. That's how like clean and good my products are. But in our minds, to your point, like I think we were growing up like, I need a tingle. I need something to tell me it's working.
So what I was gonna say is that what you're looking for is that quick fix, right? And like that is up to this day, I think one of the most important skincare lessons that I've learned since then is because what our line taught me, and I, saw the visible results and the changes in my skin instantly once I started using our line, is it's about the long term, the healing, the taking care of your skin, being kind to your skin. It's your biggest organ. You shouldn't be attacking it with harsh ingredients. You shouldn't be looking for a quick fix. Avoid mineral oils, parabens, fragrance. Like when people start smelling our products, I'm like, you're not going to smell anything. Would you put perfume on your face? No, you wouldn't. Like, it's bad for your
fragrance.
That's a good way to put it, right? I think people are.
The idea is, sorry, just to finish this
no,
thought.
go ahead.
The idea is to heal and protect and keep your skin healthy and functioning and alive and keep it. Yeah, feed it rather than attack it with harsh ingredients, right? So I think that's the main lesson that I've learned there.
It's so funny you put it that way. I don't think we think of it that way of like, you don't put fragrance on your face, right? And like, we're doing that all the time with a lot of products. But you're thinking like, it's the sensorial experience. I want to smell something. I want to feel something. But in reality, we're not supposed to. But okay, we got to get into, because we got a teen on the stage. So how are you feeling about London and her consumption of skincare, and how are you regulating that? And like, is it a back and forth? Is it a very much she does what you say? Because this is a rebellious age. I remember being 13 and I'd be like, Mom, you have no idea.
I think it's a very rebellious age where she feels like a child, but she also feels like she's old enough to kind of challenge me a little bit.
Good.
I have a sample closet. I am exposing you. This is London Exposed today. I have a sample closet filled to the brim with samples of beauty products, and she loves to go sneak in there and just grab product.
I don't even use them.
It's almost like an aesthetic thing where she has.
They collect them.
It's like a collector's item.
We were just talking about that upstairs. Like, is it the bottle you like, the packaging? Because that is another thing we'll talk about later. It's like a lot of these brands are using packaging and stuff to entice young, consumers, and it not being the right thing. But is it what makes you gravitate towards certain products in your mom's closet?
Well, she doesn't really have that closet anymore, but
We just moved.
She hit it.
I don't know. I feel like
You like preppy skincare.
not really anymore. I
That
don't
was a
even use
thing.
my skincare as
Your
much
mom doesn't know
anymore.
you at all, no?
I don't know who
You
she
explain
is.
how you do this.
The thing is, I should be having a consistent skincare routine, but if we're gonna be honest, I do it like once every week. And like I wash my face, and she has to like remind me to put moisturizer on. I don't know why, but it's just I don't do it. Like I just can't do it.
Do you wash your face every night?
Yeah.
I hope so. She loves mascara, and
love
she
mascara.
dances all day. And by the time she comes home, the mascara has now turned into raccoon eyes. And
London is
And
a
I'm like, don't forget to
very
wash
talented ballet dancer. So
That's amazing.
You're exposing me.
Can I just quickly say, I think honestly, I kind of prefer you saying I do less and prefer doing less skincare at this age because you're so flawless. Your skin is flawless. Like you don't need much at all, as opposed to being like, okay, I do this, and this, and are potentially messing up your skin, right? I think this is music to my ears personally. Like at this age, I think doing less is absolutely the way.
Do we have other mother-daughters here? How's your skincare routine? Okay, so you're safe too.
Right up
Where-
Charlie's
where are the
alley.
junkies?
She's
Right
like,
up my alley.
Where are the junkies? Are there any junkies here? Like you? You're like in mom's skincare closet, or you have your own selection?
like, how many steps? What are we doing?
Yeah, what are you doing? Tell us.
Are you putting things on your face you know you shouldn't be?
You use retinol, right? Good.
Okay, good.
Oh, London got busted using retinol.
When?
Remember? And your face was bright red, and you tried to put the hoodie over it.
That wasn't
and
retinol.
What was
What
it?
was it?
Glycolic, huh?
No.
Glycolic acid.
Glow pads, the glow pads.
It was glycolic acid.
But you
I
see-
think it was from the pink elephant. Remember?
A drunk elephant?
Oh, yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
was like,
Yeah, Pink Elephant was a nightclub
I don't know
used to
that
work
one.
at.
I don't.
So
I
many
don't know.
elephants out here.
Like,
But how crazy is that? And you know the it's hidden behind an elephant and pink. Of course, it resonates with the kids. Or it's hidden behind something called glow pads.
Right. And you
I
want
mean-
to glow when you're
Yeah, I
a
get it.
teen, you
But,
know?
But imagine, kids don't see the ingredients, kids don't know what it is, and they use the glow pads, and then wow, burning, irritation, redness, inflammation, broken skin barrier, broken microbiome, bacteria come in, rashes, aging, dryness. You start with like all these problems just by using like something which sounds good from a marketing perspective, right? So that's why this is so important that we sit here and talk. So what are you using? I'm really intrigued.
Like, should I say what brand I'm using?
Yeah, whatever you're using.
I do use some of your stuff, like the claim.
I hope so.
On it. And then, and right now I'm using from Air, the soft cream.
That you can put away.
Hello. Sturm and Lemaire. Like, hi. Are you an influencer? Are they sending you this stuff? Or are you buying this?
You are luxurious.
Wow. Okay, I was gonna say London, like your mom's getting sent stuff, so like this is not necessarily hitting the bank account, like but it's expensive, and especially I want you to talk to this marketing piece too, Charlie, since you're so in depth in that with like product development. What are you seeing with these marketing tools and getting them in and that sort of thing that are good, like signs that we can watch out for?
I mean, listen, I get asked a lot, what do you think is a unique selling point for you guys, right? And I'm like, well, I think we really create a loyal customer because once you start using the products, you really see a change in your skin and it changes your whole life ultimately. And people love it and it works and it just shows in the product itself. And I think a lot of the time, marketing can be so easily seen through because if it's just a marketing scheme, you start using the product, right? And then either it works or it doesn't. If it doesn't work, you're not going to buy it again. And then okay, it's just marketing BS, no offense. But
Right, but you
there's
guys
so much of that out there, right?
Right, but you have products that would work for someone like London and younger
Yeah,
group,
of
but you're
course.
not necessarily like, okay, now we need to go to the factory and put this in like a hot pink bottle
No.
and like make it so
not
that
what it's
they
about.
can see. Right. And so
Yeah.
I think that that's great that you're like staying the course and staying with, your storytelling, that it doesn't have to be this gimmicky thing.
Exactly, but also I feel like Barbara, you started out in such an like authentic and clean and from a medical and scientific point of view way that's still represented in our
also
products
wasn't
and the way
Instagram.
that they're designed and there wasn't Instagram, but it was like you had a clinic, you wanted something for your patients, your family, friends. It needed to be matching that clinical aesthetic as well, and there was no marketing around it whatsoever, and we just maintained
What
that.
I wanted at the time, because at the time I was going into like a store and try to find products that would work for me, which I couldn't, but I also couldn't understand what it said. It said the weirdest stuff on it. I wasn't sure if it was the cleanser or the cream. It was like, you remember? There were like 10,000 things on it. I don't know, crazy stuff. and you really couldn't figure it out. So I said, I want my products to be the face cream, the cleanser, the face mask. It was just
Like, you don't have silly names.
Yeah.
It's like, this is what it is. This is what's going to do for you,
point.
period. Like, why are we, get to the point. Exactly. I want to bring up, you brought up social media, and I want to talk to you about that because you're very prolific on social media. You have amazing storytelling voice, and like, we love following along with your story. When it comes to beauty and skincare, do you have kind of like a method of talking about it? Because a lot of people are, you want to be true to yourself and like what you're using, but you are influencing a lot of folks in what you're using and putting on your skin, including your daughter.
She doesn't even pay me any attention.
You don't follow your mom on social media?
She's not allowed on
Oh, that's true.
social.
My son won't
I
have
love
social media until
that.
he's 21.
Love that.
No.
you have a
I do it
phone?
for a living, so
Yeah.
Right, you do it for
I
a living.
can't really allow her on it. I think I have a very authentic and very transparent voice, and I am very vocal about what I use versus what I don't use. I have been very vocal about fragrance in my products. I do not like fragrance in my skincare products. And, you know, to your point, Charlie, why are we putting perfume on our face, you know? So things like that, I do think people gravitate and will buy things that I do recommend because I am so transparent about it, and I do it in a way that's, I'm not very pushy about pushing products on people. I'm not the shopping blogger. I just recommend things that I genuinely do adore, like red light therapy is something that I love. I have a Soluma in my house.
Do you guys do
This-
red light therapy? Raise your hands if you do.
Oh, I love it.
Okay.
I think
Uses
it's
Try
it on
it.
my
If you
injury.
haven't tried it, try it before you guys leave.
I literally put it all over her when she comes home with achy muscles and her feet hurt after ballet. I'm like, get under my Soluma. This will help you. You know, so
Does it? Does it, London?
Yeah, it works really well. I mean, I feel like it just sucks all the pain out. She sent it to, Aunt Sophie is not really my aunt.
yes, she is.
She's
well,
my-
well,
no.
she's my aunt.
She sent her
Family girl. That's
her
your
LED
auntie.
light because she got knee surgery, and it's like crazy how this thing of light can like help you.
They have like where it can kind of go
yeah,
around.
but if you want to save time, don't do the face mask, red light, or the pads, or whatever. Get a whole panel or
I would
bed
love
or
a whole
whatever,
panel.
and yeah, and then just sit just in front of it. I do it. I have a red light bed at home. Like it looks like an old sun tanning bed. But
How much is that going to run me,
But you
doctor?
can tell your skin is
Because-
glowing.
Oh, I
it makes
love
your
it.
skin
So good.
glow.
Yeah, it's so good. For
And they're not all
That sounds
created equally.
expensive, doc.
They're not all
Will my
created
insurance cover that?
panel and sit in front of the panel like the Juve panel.
I know, but it's a panel. I mean, we're talking thousands of dollars here. Like, what's going on?
Oh,
Yeah, give us
Maybe
give us a price
1,000?
point.
like
That's
a panel, like a thing.
oh, the one that just
The Ju-
stands like
yeah,
this.
like a stand. Or you go to our
It's not that
spas. They have
expensive.
we have red light rooms in the spas. You can use them for
That
free.
is true.
Can I
The
just
way
say
my
one-
bank account is set up. I don't know if I'll have a panel in my house, but I could maybe go to a spa or something. I do have one of the masks, which I use a lot, but I do believe in red light
But you
therapy.
would save some time if
Yeah.
you hit the whole body with the red
This
light.
is
and
true.
not just with the
I agree.
This is true.
One more thing about the social media thing, which I loved what you said, that you really try to promote things that you're authentically using and liking, and because that's one thing that I find so bothersome about all of it is that a lot of it is obviously paid for, and that makes sense and whatever, but like you don't even know what to trust anymore, right? So to find someone that you follow where you know, okay, this is real, this is authentic, you actually like, and this has been our strategy around social media from the start, by the way. We've never really paid people to post anything or whatever. Of course we gift, but it's about, do you love the product? Do you like it? Then please, we'd love for you to share with your following, of course. But like, if you don't, you don't. You know, it's authenticity lacks on social media so much.
It
that
really,
it's, like,
really
it's
does.
refreshing when you have
Does.
someone who's like, you know, I post what I actually use and what I actually do, and that's, you know,
Yeah, I'm a mess on social. If anybody wants to follow, feel free. Hot mess.
You got
love it.
the shenanigans
Love
are
a
on
hot-
high, and they're great. I love watching you and your family. It's so good. So if you're not on social media, London, where are you getting your like skincare inspirations, your, you know, your beauty or skincare inspo?
Well, I guess having like her as my mom.
You're like, my mom is Sai De Silva. Hello?
She's embarrassed by me. She's very much so embarrassed by me, but it's cool.
That's all of them.
They're also embarrassed.
Like,
All of, are you embarrassed?
but when
by
you're
your
not
mom?
Not
around,
embarrassed, but
when you're not around, they're super proud. And
I was like,
they
"What am I-"
oh, my mom is Dr. Sturm. And when I'm with them,
They're
they're like,
please go. Can you
yeah.
actually hide? Just
My
drop
little
I would have a
sister-
whole T-shirt.
My little sister, is
Dr.
definitely
Sturm's
a-
daughter. Like, okay, so back to you. Sorry. Go ahead. Where are you finding? You find inspiration from your mom. Anyone else? Like, what are your friends talking about at school? What is happening at the studio, at the ballet studio? You're like, oh my gosh, like your skin looks so good. Are you guys talking about pimple patches? Are you talking about like where is that like beauty chat coming from?
She does love a pimple patch.
Well, at dance, the only questions you'll be hearing people talk about skin is like if someone has a pimple patch with them, or like at school, or if they have like a Band-Aid or something. At dance, everyone's really focused on that. And then at school, I feel like everyone really cares about their look sometimes, and some people really care about presenting themselves, and some people don't care at all. But it's not, I don't know. I go to a performing arts school, so everyone's always like singing in the hallways
So
and
cool.
stuff. It's really interesting, but it's like this whole different
It's
thing.
like fame. Like you're just like singing and
God,
dancing.
it
You
makes
probably don't even know what fame
so
is,
fun.
but like singing and dancing. Is that the school she goes to? Like singing and dancing in the hallway. Are you like doing like
I hear the-
jetés to like class, like fouette turns in the hallway?
I mean, I hear the Wicked riff around like 5 times just in the first 45 minutes of the school day. And then we have 6th grade up to high school, and there's like a film festival going on right now. I didn't partake in it, but you sign up with a group of people, middle school through high school, all majors, and then you have 48 hours to film, edit, write a show.
amazing.
And like the posters are like sleep is optional, but like creativity isn't, or whatever. And so it's like these people will go pick someone's house, write, produce, film, edit this show in like just the weekend, and then it's put on to like a red carpet, and there's a celebrity panel, and they watch everything, and then everyone gets like, it's crazy. It's this whole thing.
Wow. Are you a part
why
of any
didn't
of
you
these?
do it?
Well, I couldn't really find a group to do it with, since not everyone in my class wanted to do it, and they did it last year, so they won last year. But now everyone's really busy, and there's a bunch of kids in my class who are like doing TV shows and stuff. So everyone's kind of like doing their own thing.
I want to go to your school.
It's
I
really
know,
fun.
seriously. But to your point, Charlie, like it's kind of nice now. I've been like trying to pry out this like beauty talk from her, and she's talking about like doing performances and the work of it all. And it's
Amazing.
not. It feels kind of nice that you're not bogged down in the whole vanity of it all, and that you're
Performance makeup is so bad. Oh my God, it's so cakey.
right. Do you do your own? Do they teach you how to do that at school, or do they hire people to do your makeup for your performances? Like.
Well, dance and like acting, it's a bit different. And since people sit so far away, you want them to be able to see. So if you're doing like a show or acting, you really need to like just put it all on. You need like big lashes and like bright lipstick. And then if you're doing like a ballet, you want it to not transfer, but you want it to still be like noticeable. There's like all these videos that they
There's
send us
levels,
before the show.
They send videos for how the girls can learn how to do their makeup.
What does your husband think of like the whole beauty of it all, right? Like I always think it's so interesting to get like a dad's perspective on like you absolutely are not going to walk out this house with like a lip on or mascara, or because you're you, he allows.
You know, he really is a very minimalistic type of guy. Very minimal, like literally has 3 outfits hanging in the closet on repeat.
Shorts and like a t-shirt.
Yeah,
and a
it's,
sweater.
It's very bizarre to see, but so he's not really into her whole aesthetic collecting of fragrances and products. But I think just this year you kind of really got into mascara and blush is her thing. I try to get her away from it, but I understand she is a performer now, and it just kind of, I get it, you're with your adolescents, and you all are wearing the same thing. So he doesn't really freak out, but if she put on a colored
Not like
lip,
what's on your face. Like
Yeah, he doesn't really mind, but I feel like if I walked out with like a full face and fake lashes, he would be like, no way.
with a full full beat.
Right. I love it.
My daughter's school doesn't allow it.
I was about to ask you,
I didn't
what
know
was
it.
it like with your girls? I mean, you're skincare, you're an anti-inflammatory queen, like you're all about the base, right? But did your girls want to wear full makeup and you were like, don't do this to yourself? Like,
Charlie was good about it, and when she started, I was like, Charlie, don't need that. And don't put foundation on your skin. And I was
I
like,
used
really
the
like,
worst stuff for a while when
Yeah.
I just started, like that's when like powder was really a thing, like
Powder was
horrible, and like bad eyeliner, and like oof. When I see those pictures, I'm like, what was I thinking? At least now the trend is kind of natural makeup and like no makeup, and you have all these like actually really amazing brands coming out with good ingredient makeup, which I think is a great shift in a direction of like looking yourself and enhancing your features, and as opposed to covering up. So I think that's a nice trend actually that we're seeing.
and the little one, she, when they watch these videos where they put the foundation on, she started, and I caught her in the bathroom, and I'm like, never. I said,
Pepper?
Yeah, never. This stuff gets out of the house in 2 seconds. So that she doesn't do. And they also like if the skin is beautiful. They love when their skin is just flawless. So she's focusing on the skincare products and does the whole Sturm routine, and she has amazing skin. And then she likes mascara, which I'm also not agreeing with, by the way. It's also the ingredients in mascara horrible.
so you're going to do a full cosmetic line to give us all the things we need?
We're doing a few things. So it's coming out. Actually, Charlie is in charge of that.
Ooh, let's go.
Oh, wait, just a quick question, and going back to what you just said, Charlie. So we are seeing that foundation is now being mixed with skincare. All right, so
Skin tints and stuff.
yeah, skin tints, foundations, they have hyaluronic acid in it now, and I'm starting to see this trend where it's foundation that is working with your skin. So I wanted to just get both of your opinions on that.
Niacinamides, there's like...
Scam. Come on.
Well, I mean, I would just say, yeah, I wouldn't use that as a skincare product, but I personally appreciate that there is stuff like that on the market now, where you're okay. This is not as bad for my skin as like, an old school Dior or Chanel foundation used to be. So it's like the fact that we have options now that, again, I would never be like, oh my God, this is gonna fix my skin to look amazing. But at least it's not as bad as what it used to be. And like I personally, you're completely anti-foundation, all that stuff, and that's totally fair. But I personally, I like a little bit of a nice and natural concealer, a little bit of blush. Like I like my natural makeup for sure. But I feel like we're luckily getting to a point where we have better options out there, and are seeing like a good shift in that direction.
I do like that shift to more like natural, glowy look. I also don't want to like beat my face to an inch of its life and then like feel like I always have to do that. Like I want you to be like cool with my regular face.
Yeah.
And then if I like put a little bit extra on, I'd be like, oh, like you're looking good. Otherwise, if you get people used to like the full beat and then you decide to like go out with nothing, they'll be like, ooh, like what is she doing? Like,
But also-
you had a rough week? I'm like, no, like I need you to be okay with this and then like a little bit more.
I also think kind of way that I started thinking about it was I'm putting so much effort in my skincare routine, right? And I'm paying this money for good skincare and whatever, and then I mess it all up with like shitty makeup products. You know what I mean? So it's like there was that kind of a, I don't know. I used to use this foundation and it really broke me out. I'm like, what am I doing all my good skincare for then? If that's what it's,
That's true. You're like messing up the investment because these products, they're great and they're efficacious, but and they're an investment, right? Okay, so Peppa has 10 steps, as you told us. My God. But if we were to pare that down for all those out here listening, trying to figure out like what does my tween/teen actually need? What from your collection is like, if you got them this, they're good to go?
Yeah, that's a good question. And what I just was saying, that we had a baby and kids line. Pepper still up to this day uses the kids face cream. So that is still
Great
in
line.
By
her
the way,
skincare
it's
closet.
amazing.
Yeah.
Sometimes when, sorry to interrupt you quickly, but sometimes when I feel like I've used too much or my skin is feeling a little super dry, whatever, I will use the baby face cream. I have friends that will solely use the baby face cream.
Yeah,
It's so
really
good.
It's really good.
Little
So
hack.
she uses that, but she also uses my creams and whatever it is there is. She also uses the night cream. She uses the hyaluronic.
So a good cream, first of all.
cream.
I mean, the foam cleanser, would you say like the foam cleanser,
Listen.
the sun drops?
I tell you, so I had the baby product, and I have a line called Microbiotic, and that is for the teenage skin. So when kids get into puberty, hormones change, the skin is disbalanced, microbiome is messed up. So this is a line not designed for anti-aging, but designed to really rebalance the microbiome with pre and probiotics, bring down blemishes, get the sebum production under control, thoroughly cleanse the skin. And this is a cleanser I would recommend for you to use from the microbiotic line. Actually, the whole microbiotic line would be amazing. It's a cleanser, it's a hyaluronic serum, it's a face cream, and then you have this, it's called Ultimate Stinky Pimple Cream. So it stings, but it really works. So you
really
put it on as a spot treatment, or overnight you put it on your entire area where you have the breakouts or acne, and that really works. I mean, we have unbelievable results. This is not what Pepper is just using yet, because now we're talking about between 7, 8, and 12 before puberty kicks in, and this is the time where obviously Pepper can use all my products, because our whole philosophy is anti-inflammatory, hydrating, healing, telomerase activating, all the beautiful things that actually are, you know, good for the skin and are preventative for the skin, so I don't mind. Obviously not everybody has a Sturm skincare closet at home for the kids, and it's quite difficult, so you could use the cleanser from the microbiotic line, also even the hyaluronic serum. I mean, the microbiotic line would be great for the younger generation too, but Pepper loves the Beta B, for example. That's a good product. The anti-pollution drops, because they're sitting a lot in front of the screens. The anti-pollution drops is a hyaluronic serum, but it has ingredients to block out the HEV light and the pollution from the city. So that's a really great kids product here in the city, and it's a light hyaluronic serum, so you hardly see it. Have this serum maybe, and the face cream light. Two amazing
Sunscreen?
products.
We're talking
when you-
sunscreen. When's
but not-
sunscreen enter
but
the
24/7,
chat?
especially not for the kids. I
No?
would not.
No
cover-
sunscreen for the kids?
I would not.
Not 24/7.
Not 24/7, and
Okay.
only when you go out and the sun is crazy. I would not do it just as a prevention, and I tell you why. First of all,
Yeah, please tell me, because I've
Yeah,
been telling
it's a-
folks, I'm like, cleanser,
It's a myth.
like
it's a-
moisturizer, like
have you seen the
SPF.
studies that show that sunscreen is causing skin cancer?
So the chemical ones, right?
Yes, but
But
you know what?
zinc, if
Yeah,
you
but
have,
yeah, you don't want to run around.
I
with
feel like
zinc on your
Barbara has
face.
always been very like,
Yeah.
it's
I know.
okay,
Yeah.
enjoy the sun.
No, but I tell you
feel
why.
like you've
I
told
tell
me
you
this
why. And I'm
before.
not talking about going in the midday sun. I'm talking about going in the early morning sun and the evening sun, because that doesn't have UVA, UVB. And we need the sun. We are not born as moles. We need the sun for our mental health, for our bones, for our vitamin D production, for our immune system, for our respiratory tract, for our blood circulation. It is so important that we have the sun. If you run around with sunscreen 24/7, you don't catch any of these, and you will be depleting yourself with vitamin D. Your immune system will be low. Your bone density will shrink. It's like all these things that are very, very important. They did a study that they collected data in the 70s from patients and asking them how many hours a day you spent in the sun or in a daylight. And now they got the results from the study, and it says that people who spend more time in the sun live longer. And that's because when the sun hits the skin, not only encourage we to have the vitamin D production, but also we release nitric oxide into the bloodstream, and it vasodilates. It makes the vessels bigger, and the bloodstream is way more functioning, way less heart attacks, strokes, etc. So people die way more from heart attacks than from skin cancer. Let's face it. But I will.
When should we be
No. I'm not done. Julie, I'm not done. I know. No, I have a sunscreen in my line, so I'm not saying you shouldn't be using it.
And it's a
Yes.
good sunscreen.
First of all, I tell you when you should be using sunscreen 24/7. This is when you use retinol, glycolic, acid peels, laser treatments. Whenever you break your skin barrier, you need to use protection because your skin can't do it anymore. You destroyed your skin, done. You have to do it for the skin. This is why in America it's such a thing, because you go to a dermatologist, the dermatologist tells you, use glycolic, use retinol, use this, let's do a laser, let's do this. And then all of a sudden your skin is bam. And of course they say 24/7 sunscreen. There would be a crime if they wouldn't tell you this. But if you follow the anti-inflammatory skin barrier strengthening theory of the Sturm brand, you will have a very robust, functioning protection tool, outer layer skin. And this is when I will tell you, okay, don't be so afraid of the sun, because we have to balance it out. And yeah, if you have melanin-rich skin, you have more sun protection. The melanocytes, they are little umbrellas, sun umbrellas, yeah? They come up, and whoop, here's sun protection. If you have fair skin, you know, we get burned easily because we don't have so many melanocytes, so we have to put a little more on than you maybe, or you, yeah? But, and then as the next thing, if too much sun hits us and we maybe have a scratch on the skin, you know, if you have more melanocytes, you have better sun protection, but you run the risk of post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation. So that is also a thing. Again, you know, don't sit in the blasting sun.
You're saying in
Don't
moderation. It's
suntan.
not like this,
In
like
moderation.
this storytelling around put it on in the morning, reapply every 2 hours, like that sort of thing. Even if you're indoors,
Yeah.
you're sitting by a window, you've got the blue light from your screens.
I use sunscreen when I'm on the beach, when I'm on the mountain, when I'm like skiing, doing sports outside. That's when I use sunscreen. I haven't used sunscreen all the last couple of days because, you know, but also
'Cause you're like, my skin barrier is better than everyone else's.
yes.
And fine.
No,
it's a
I
big
take
flex.
care of my skin. I
Doc.
don't use any harsh ingredients. I don't even use fragrances. Do you know that phenomenon when you spray, you know, the fragrance on your neck, and at one point you have this pigmentation on your neck because the fragrance burns through the skin barrier, and then the sun hits it, and then you get these pigmentations.
You're a sigh.
I know.
I
I'm
mean,
sorry.
I might have sprayed like 3 times on my neck this morning, so sorry.
Me too. Trust
I
me, I
mean,
do
like,
the same thing.
Put it on your T-shirt. Put it on your clothes.
Yeah, I sprayed on my
Guilty
clothes.
is charged as well.
Yeah.
oh, so
Julie,
you're hip to this, Sai?
Yeah,
You were like,
Stop it. You put it on your clothes,
I
not
know.
on your skin.
God, this is a whole. You're giving me
Even
so many
Peppa knows
articles
that.
I'll be writing in Cosmo.
Even
because
Peppa knows that. My kid is like, oh, I mean,
What?
only on my T-shirt.
I sprayed on my
I don't
clothes.
know.
because
I-
we've been
I
given
love it on
tips
my-
about like I love it on my skin.
love
Look,
it on my
Charlie is with
I'm
me
guilty.
because we're we teach all these
Charlie.
tips of like well moisturized skin keeps like the scent for longer and stuff. So make sure you're moisturized. Or the hack that is going around now with like the Vaseline, like mixing it a little with your Vaseline or whatever, and making like a fragrance balm, you know, for your skin. Which that could probably be better than just spraying
But
it
look,
directly
this
on
is
your
the difference
skin.
between you
Yeah?
and me. I'm focused on my brand and my philosophy. You have to focus on so many brands, different brands telling you different theories. It's how
You're like, I have boundaries. This is what I'm doing. I respect
hard for you.
it.
I mean, like you hear so many stories, and some stories are really beautiful, even they're nonsense, you know. But they're beautiful. You know, how do you know my story is not nonsense? But you know, you hear a lot of beautiful stories, and then you have to decide. I trust that person, but not that. This is nonsense. I know. You know, it's like tough.
Who knew about the not spraying it on your skin? Come on. Okay. I mean, smarter than the average
you
bear.
Put it on your
Okay.
skin or no? Put it
No.
on your skin or no?
no one puts their fragrance on their skin. I'm the only one walking around putting fragrance on my skin.
I heard that
Stop.
it itches
You
your
and me.
neck, and I couldn't
It doesn't
pass
itch
it.
my neck. Maybe my skin barrier. Oh,
neck.
it ages your neck.
And
I'm
I
like,
couldn't-
maybe my
someone
neck
told me
skin
that and I
barrier
couldn't
is
see past it.
high quality because I'm not scratching. It's like, oh God, now you've
survive
changed my
every-
life again, yet again, Doc. Like,
Survive it all. It's not. It's nothing is major.
you're
Won't kill you.
a well of knowledge. Every time I see you, you're like, this is how you should be doing it. And I'm like, wow, God, like now my life has changed yet again in a positive way. I need you to drop your like skin. Are you doing 10 steps? Like what's going on?
Not really doing doing close to 10 steps.
Spend
Okay.
a lot of time in the bathroom.
I do.
You're like,
It is.
Whoa,
no, I'll
London
sleep
said
with you in
you're-
bed
that's
when,
cap.
when I'm done with my skincare, and then you don't come up. You just sit in there.
You know what?
It's true. My
You-
8-year-old
you
knows I
can't-
have a skincare routine.
You can't bring London to any more of these
Yeah,
panels.
I can't.
Because she's like, that's cap. You're in there for hours. Like,
If she's gonna expose me, I'm gonna expose her.
She calls you out quite a bit.
All the time. This is the normal. I
but
think
your
we do-
son's 8.
My son is 8, and he likes me to lay down with him at night, and he knows, so he usually comes into the room and says, "Hey, Mommy, after your skincare routine, can you lay down with me?" And I always go, yes. It's a regular, so it is true.
So
I am in the
sweet.
bathroom for hours.
So what are you doing? Like, I know we're like, you're washing your face all day. Are there any like special things? Like, give us like a juicy tip. Like, are you doing something in there that maybe...
Well, I just got this Lima laser now that I have been kind of obsessed with.
Lasering yourself in
Like,
your
it's
bathroom?
like a red light laser situation that I wanted to test out. I'm in there just, I'm washing, I'm toning, I'm adding all my serums and my oils. I love a nice hydrated.
Do you have the ceramide oil?
I was about to ask.
Your
I
oil.
don't have that. I need it.
Can I tell a story though, real
Love
quick?
it.
Because this one,
How did you get on this panel without the
Darker
ceramide
Sturm
oil?
told me one
ASAP.
time at a breakfast, how many years
love it.
ago? And you were like, I was like, I love a face oil. She was like, do not put that on your
Yes,
face.
yes.
If you put a face oil on your
Oh my
face,
God, why?
you
I
are doing
love
it wrong. I'm
the
telling you,
oil.
she's always telling me I'm doing something wrong. And I'm like, I love a face oil. Lo and behold, how many months ago, I get an invitation to a breakfast that Dr. Barbara Sturm is launching a face oil. And I said, oh my, I'm there. Because I need to confront her.
And what did I say at this
You
breakfast?
shamed me on my face oiling. And now I use your ceramide oil.
Okay, you know what? This is also not my fault. It's my team's wish. Sometimes
was
I
pushed
didn't want to
through
have
hard.
a makeup
Face
remover.
oil.
We made the makeup remover, and it's amazing. I didn't want to have a face oil. I had them do it. But I tell you what I think about it. I tell you because I haven't changed my mind about it.
Okay.
So
Tell
what
us,
I-
tell us.
Yeah, what I think about it is a face oil is great to enhance your rich products or your products with a little more richness and with the skin barrier support of the ceramides. So the ceramides we use, these face oils we use, they are identical to the own skin barrier's lipids. So that's why I was also intrigued to try it. And then we had the face oil. They sent me the samples, blah, blah, blah. I wasn't using it. Charlie's like, oh my God, I'm obsessed with the face oil. Obsessed. Everybody
Charlie,
is like,
I made you. You're
Thank
welcome.
you.
everybody's like, oh, I'm so obsessed. I'm so obsessed. And I'm like, okay, just make sure when you use the face oil, put the hydration underneath. Don't put it on your dry skin. Don't make a face oil.
It's to lock it in. I was always doing it
with
to
my
just like lock whatever
I do it at
moisturizer
the
I had
ends.
in at the end, just to be a little glowy and to lock it in. I'm telling you, I am a face oil snob, and that face oil is so good.
I tell you how I use it now, and I'm obsessed with it. I'm not using it as a face oil, but I use it mixed in the glow cream, and that is the Sturm Glow 2.0. Sturm Glow.
I use it with my face cream.
Pro
Rich.
tip, guys.
Before sleeping, face cream rich ceramide drops. It's like
Yeah, at night. I'm using it at night after I do all my
need it at
stuff.
night.
I put
Exactly.
that oil on top of everything. It's so good.
I want to look super glowy and hydrated when
then
I
you will love this. This before sleeping. For me, I don't like using it during the day, so that's
No,
why I wouldn't
I don't
use it
use
with
it
the
during
glow
the day.
cream. But at night with the face cream rich, I wake up
do you
like
think
a
about this one?
glowy.
The what?
The ceramide.
I love it. I'm saying it's like I am a face oil. You know, for
I know,
years
I know.
ago, I'm
But
telling
I
you
did
guys,
change my
we're
mind.
not making this up. Like I literally was like, I love a face oil. I'm a face oil snob. Like, and she was like, you shouldn't be putting that on your face. She like shamed me and like at this event, and I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. And she was like, yeah, don't put that on your face. And then a few years later, here we are, and she has one of the most badass face oils on the market. So. Here we go.
By the way, she also didn't want to do the eye patches at first. That was a battle for me.
And huge success.
Love them, right?
Huge
Thank you so much.
success. See, you gotta listen, Charlie.
I'm
we're
listening,
locked in.
I'm listening
we're-
to
we're
my
on it
team.
now.
I'm listening to Charlie. I don't think I know it all.
Right,
Listen.
right.
She does. She's very receptive to.
Okay, wait.
Yeah.
Wait, do you have any questions before you go? I wanted our team. We're opening up to questions now. And I know you already said that you like a good skincare. Do you have any questions for the panelists? Yes. Please ask a question before you go.
Eczema-prone skin when you're born this way, not something that you've caused. What do you recommend?
For sensitive skin,
Highly sensitive, lots of eczema.
that's the beautiful thing about an anti-inflammatory skincare line, that it is really targeting everyone who has a little more problems with the skin, because it takes the inflammation out instead of causing more, besides being super anti-aging. So for eczema and sensitive skin, absolutely the kids line, especially the kids body cream and the calming serum, game changers. So all the products are good for you to use. Nothing will ever hurt your skin, but these especially, calming serum and the kids body cream, mind-blowing. I have so much success because lots of times eczema gets treated with antibiotics or cortisone. It doesn't work because you break more through the skin barrier. You have to go the healing way. So with our ingredients and our products, we heal your skin barrier, and then it gets better.
Thank you.
Amazing.
welcome.
Thank you
Thank
guys
you
so
for
much.
coming.
We're open to questions now, so.
And what do you recommend for those who want to try or to use your skincare line, but the price point might be a little too high, especially as a graduate student?
For sure, and we should have.
She's like, I got student loans.
we should have a student program so you get a better price. But
Yeah, that's so nice.
yeah,
You should do that.
and we're doing like a college ambassador program where there are like benefits, like, better access. But we have this microbiotic line, which is actually half the price. I don't know how much is the microbiotic line. It's 4 products, 4 full-size products: cleanser, hyaluronic serum, face cream, pimple cream. How much is it? I have no idea.
Margaret.
It's half the price of the Sturm products. But this is a beautiful, beautiful combination. Jody, how much is the microbiotic? Nobody knows. Team Sturm, yay!
It's free.
We don't care about the prices. No,
Nick's saying 45 for the cleanser.
no, but go to our team downstairs. They have it there. You can try it. You can see how it fits, and it's beautiful products. I promise you, this is all you need for a beautiful Sturm glow. Huh?
190 for
4 products.
190 for 4 products,
That's
full-size
good.
products.
Yeah.
That's really good. I also would suggest, I'm just throwing this out there, that before I became an editor and things were being sent to me, which is a blessing on high, when I was like a college student, I was still obsessed with like skincare and expensive skincare. I would always I would get the samples and stuff, and I'm sure you've gotten samples of the products today, and I would find like the one thing. And I'd be like, I am going to invest in this thing and like just do it. And like, again, I know that's hard. It is hard out here with, the economy. But if you find that one thing and just like indulge and treat yourself, because you deserve. I can feel your spirit
think that's a
already from
good-
like on the stage of here. And you deserve to give yourself at least like one little luxury and like invest in it, because again, we're going to be talking about this later in kind of the intersection between like beauty and wellness and mental health. Like sometimes when I'm like losing my mind, I will literally just like, tell my husband to take the boys, and I will like lock myself in the bedroom and like put on a mask, put on some Sex and the City reruns, and get my life together. Like,
Because you deserve.
because I deserve.
Well, that's actually proven to, de-stressing is actually proven to, decrease inflammation, like so much so that it's been shown to like improve recovery times for injuries.
See? So you deserve, invest, get yourself something nice. At least one thing.
Good advice.
Yeah. Any other questions? Guys, come on. You got the doc here, the VP of product development, Cy and London. A well of knowledge
Hi.
at 13.
What is our opinion on pimple patches?
That's for you.
I have some opinions.
Oh, juicy. Do
Okay.
tell.
So, the star ones aren't really my favorite. I mean, I have them, and I
Whoa.
mean, since I have them, I
Hot
use
take.
them. But they're pretty small, and there's like all these different colored ones, and I think there's like, I don't really know what they do. Like, why do you need different pimple patches when it's just to like take the pimple out?
No.
It's like, and then you take it off and it doesn't even do anything. And then sometimes they can be painful. So it's like, I really like the Peace Out acne ones, but I don't use them that much because I don't really get like too many large pimples, and I feel like they can also really irritate your skin and like leave marks behind.
Like the adhesive and stuff. There's all that stuff that you have to like take into consideration because it's not only the active but the like the adhesive stuff, right? I'm sure you know more than me, Charlie, around like the product development of creating those pimple patches and what they can do to your skin.
Honestly, I don't know much about pimple patches. I've tried them before, and I've actually tried them because Pepper has them at home. And I had a pimple. I was like, Pepper,
She's not allowed to use them.
Can I have one of your pimple patches? Let me just give it a shot. Didn't do anything for me personally.
I feel like the raise a hand, like if you feel me. Like the invisible ones never are like truly invisible. I'm like, I can still see it. It's still there. And then the ones that are like the stars and stuff, I'm like, I'm too old for this. Like I cannot be walking. I'm a grown-ass woman with like 2 children and a full-time job. Like I can't be walking around with several stars on my face.
I feel like
So
it's all marketing, and then Northwest came in with her pimple patch.
Wait, does she have her own pimple patch?
No, she just started using those with the colorful pimple patches.
Star
face.
The star, and that just blew up. Like all the kids just wanted to.
I mean, I see
lip
it,
balm.
but it's just like, and then the ones again for like the grown people, they're like, they're invisible. I'm like, no. Because I will have one on my face and people will be like, is there something on your face? And I'm like, it's supposed to be invisible.
You left a patch on your face.
Like, what? It's not really invisible. Anyway, so clearly we're like a no pimple patch team up here. Team no pimple patch. Any other questions? I know you have to have a question down here because you're over here like using La Mer and Sturm. Come on.
She has one.
Oh, you have one too.
Calming serum.
Rosacea, like
Calming
what?
serum, and depending how extreme it is and how well you can get rid with the calming serum, don't use too oily products, by the way. And these are parasites, so they have to also can be treated with parasite cream. So try the calming serum first, and then if this doesn't work, you do an ointment on top of your skincare routine. But I see a very mild rosacea. I think the calming serums, what we recommend is the cleanser, the enzyme cleanser for once a week, the hyaluronic serum, the calming serum, the face cream light is our rosacea routine. That really works well. Yes. That's our routine for rosacea, and we have the most amazing results with it.
Feels so good afterwards. We were just saying the enzyme cleanser. Have you guys tried the enzyme cleanser?
So great for
So
travel.
good. The
too.
powder, and then like it like foams up in your hand with the water. Oh,
I think
that's
it's
nice.
satisfying.
So satisfying, no?
So satisfying.
so good. Any other questions? I keep looking at you because I'm just intrigued that you have such a fancy skin.
Fancy, yeah.
Like skin.
You follow the Start guy? I'm doing his podcast tomorrow.
Oh, are you? He's hysterical.
So, but I have a question for you. If you don't have a question for us, so there. What kind of inspired you to create like such a thoughtful skincare routine?
I actually like, don't really know. Definitely like social media is part of it, and also just like the self-care aspect.
Okay. Good. When we were talking about that self-care, mental health, like does it help you? Do you feel like you need this level of skincare, or do you just like doing it because it just makes you also feel good?
Yeah, I like doing it because like it feels good.
Nice.
Super nice.
All about
love
wellness.
that.
I
I
like it.
mean,
You deserve.
I love that about beauty. People always ask me, they're like, oh, so you like write about lipstick and like, face creams? And I'm like, yeah, but it's also like, it's political, it's like personal, it's mental health. Like, we talk about so many things. And I'm like a little bit of a scientist too at the end of the day. Like, I'm constantly reading clinical studies. Like, this isn't just me doing swipes or like testing serums. I'm like reading clinical studies. I'm talking about the things where storytelling. I always say like I can write about 15 different red lipsticks and only use the word red twice. And like you want all 15 of them. Like beauty is so magical in like this very interesting way. Anyway, well, thank you for answering my question. Any other question? We have a question right here.
We have to finish up.
I know.
Teens put on. I'm sorry. Just what about having your teens put on like
Aquaphor or Vaseline on your lips before going to bed? Like
Yeah, they really
moisturizing?
like it. But mineral oils take out the hydration of your skin, so it's not a good. But they love the little Vaseline. And I
Yeah.
said, Pepper, that's really not good for you.
Or the Laneige,
Yeah, I know, but I like it.
lip masks
Yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah, I mean, what is Laneige or something?
The Laneige, Laneige,
Yeah.
Laneige.
I can only recommend my lip balm. It's the best thing on this planet. All the other things.
Dr. Sturm has boundaries, if you have not seen. She was like, I make what you need to use.
Exactly.
Everything else,
Everything
bye.
is here.
Yeah, everything else
you
buy.
need
Yeah.
is here.
My dad went outside with Aquaphor on his lips and came back, and his lips were like burned.
You see?
And he
You
was
see?
taking like a bottle or something and like putting it on his lips because it was so, like, for that cooling sensation, but it just destroyed his lips.
Okay, we're wrapping up. Thank you guys so much. Thank you,
Thank
Charlie,
you.
Dr. Sturm, London, and Cy. Are you guys sticking around for a little bit? Okay, they're sticking around. So,
Point to
like,
that LED
pepper
low.
them with
Hello.
questions around.